Howdy folks, starting the day off with just a little bit of cleanup. Dad's dragging the yard with the old tractor. And we also got some hay bot today, so there's a semi rolling in shortly, delivering us some grinding hay. Then we also have something showing up that will hopefully help us out with fly pressure, and we'll be seeing that here shortly. Thanks for joining us today, we really appreciate it. Well, that load of hay just rolled in, so Dad's going to be unloading that. But these just rolled in as well, and I'd like you to introduce yourself and talk about what this is and how it's going to help us this year. Of course, we fight pink eye quite a bit, so we're hoping this will have a little bit of an impact for us.
Sure, yeah, so my name's Colton Robinson. I am one of the owners of Prairie Phoenix Cattle Systems, my wife and my wife's family and I. The biggest things about this cattle oiler here, one, it's a gravity-fed system, so there's no pump involved with getting that insecticide down to the animal. One of the things here that you also have is this manila rope. And so the value to this rope, it lasts quite a long time. And if you keep the ropes well conditioned, you know, you're looking at a year plus longevity.
So when you say conditioned, does that just mean keeping it moist?
Yep.
Not letting it get dry and wet and dry and wet?
That's exactly right. But another big benefit of this oiler is the convenience of when this oiler comes to you, it's essentially ready to go. There's no pipe that you need, there's no pipe fitted that needs to be fitted. And so your legs will fold down, you'll lock them into place. Very convenient and very quick. And these oilers are extremely durable in the field as well. We've tested these on large herds of bulls, cow-calf, stalker cattle, and you know, these oilers at most, even with the largest animals, at most may spin. They're not going to tip over in the field, and that's a common question. So that's something that we can assure that just doesn't happen.
We got a couple pastures nearby, and we're going to drop these off. They actually fit on this convenient pallet. Yeah, very easy to handle. So we're gonna go chuck one in a pasture with some cows in it, and we'll just show you that whole unfolding process.
In, hand tight here. That's it.
Nice. So after a couple minutes, you get those legs spread out, and then obviously fill the reservoir, and then it's the cattle's job after that. And what they do is they come in here, rub, and it lifts up and it opens that valve, lets a little liquid come out. Obviously it rolls down here and it soaks this. And I guess, what's your recommendation for, you know, types of chemicals? You know, are we using a permethrin based, or what do you like to use?
Yeah, you know, we don't necessarily have any strong recommendation for the insecticide. Just recommend that you change your class of insecticide each year. So that'd be the other recommendation I have. You can buy insecticides from most of your farm stores, most of your local dealerships. You just want to make sure year over year that you just change the class of insecticide.
So
try to reduce as much resistance as possible.
Yep, perfect. Now, of course, we got them in the back of a pickup, but you have some other ways you can get them out to pastures, right?
Right. So we've got some hubs that will mount to our short legs here. On one of the long legs, we've got a hitch piece that allows you to hook up to either a vehicle or an ATV, a four-wheeler, and it allows you to rotate and move these quickly, effectively, from one pasture to the next. Yeah, you stand back. I'm going to have fun here.
See, we weren't thinking and didn't bring a funnel.
Right. You got some coming?
Yep.
All right.
Cool. Pretty simple. So it's kind of a miserable, cold and windy day, so we'll set those up probably maybe even tomorrow. It's gonna start warming up. This guy right here, you're looking at a doctor. He's got a doctorate and he's smart and he looks at a lot of research, and so he's been telling me a little bit about, you know, the economic effects that flies have on the cattle producer and the cattle we raise. And so
I don't know about the smart part, but most research would suggest that annually flies cost our industry about $1 billion. When you look at our fly populations, you've got horn flies and stable flies. Horn flies are the ones that are hanging on the back, the sides, the belly, and the stable flies are the ones that are hanging at the legs. And so, you know, it's incredibly costly when the animals aren't grazing and when they're fighting the flies. Anytime an animal's fighting the flies, they're not grazing. In groups of cattle that had fly prevention, those animals at weaning would have anywhere from a 10 to 20 pound weight advantage. It's incredibly costly if left untreated. And then you get into the more subsequent problems we get, you know, beyond just weight gain. You know, we get reduced feed intake, of course, which causes reduced weight gain, but you get into problems like pink eye, reduced milk production, which is incredibly costly, especially while these calves are growing before weaning. So,
well, we appreciate you coming out, and we look forward to checking out our fly pressure, and of course seeing if we even have some reduced pink eye out in our herds. We've been fighting that a lot the last few years.
Sure.
So Dad and I we're at war with the flies, and we're really trying to figure out what we can do to improve our herd. So thank you, we appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
So we're really excited about that. Now we're gonna head over to Uncle Jeff's. We're gonna work some cattle, get some stuff put together here. I think there's about 70 head that we're gonna run through. Strike. Someone poured big concrete up here to trip on.
Oh, now I'm gonna watch Dad chain a gate.
Yeah, was that hard chaining that gate? Did you want me to hold part of the chain, like one link for you to help you out there, bud? Hard to shut the little gate there with the big chain, and you have it up. Hey.
Poke the bear.
It's warmer this morning than it was at the high point yesterday. It's gonna get in the 80s, gonna be a warm one. As you can see, the track skid loader is home. Brought it back. I want to do 4 things to it. Just fuel it, grease it, wash it, tension the tracks. They look a little loose, so we'll check on that. There's a small poop up in the front yard. I'm guessing those little calves in the back wandered all the way up here last night. They just got free rein, I guess. So if I remember right, when I read some of the owner's manual a while back, to check the belt tension, you measure from here to here with the entire machine off the ground, and it's supposed to be like 3/8 of an inch or something like that. Well, half the track is still on the ground, but that's like 1.5 inches, so we got a loose belt. Recently got the Milwaukee Power Sweep, and I'm gonna park that skid loader right there on the spot I cleaned off. We'll look at those tracks, see if we can get them tensioned. Wow, it is way worse than I thought. That gap there is almost 3 inches now. But yeah, that track is pretty dang loose. I'm probably lucky I didn't chuck it off when I was feeding hay. All right, so in the book it said you want 3/4 of an inch. And this is pretty dang close. So we're gonna, yeah, you can tell we're pretty far off there. So the grease zerk is under here. We'll take that off. It doesn't specify which flavor of grease, so I'm just gonna put whatever's in the tube, and then we'll get her about right here and we'll be good to go. That is much better. On the trailer, strapped down, got some skid loader weight on it too. We're ready to haul these out, get them set up, start killing some flies. It's a bad day to be a fly, Ellie. Gonna be a bad summer too. So Dad's been hauling some calves. He's bringing probably about 25 here. Bigger calves, probably weighing 400 pounds or so. When he gets here, we're gonna dump them off, but then run them back through, give them a couple shots, and then bring them out to their pen. Then after that, of course, we're gonna bring those oilers out. Bowl. No longer a bowl. Looks like you left your toy in here, Dad.
I was wondering where my unicorn went. So Cole,
What?
I'm gonna go with another Eagle song for the song of the day. What say you?
House of the Rising Sun.
That's the Animals, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it's gonna be Tequila Sunrise, and I think I already did the Animals, House of the Rising Sun. And anyway, song of the day. He was no help. Eagles, Tequila Sunrise.
Next up is the pasture at my place. Cows have been in these trees for the last 8 days. They got a bit of grazing left, and after they get that cleaned up in maybe a week and a half or two, we'll let them out in their big pasture, and they'll be walking through here to get water. they'll be running into the Prairie Phoenix cattle oiler and hopefully kill some flies. Alright, before we drop this last one off, I'm going to do a magic trick. Turn this track skid loader into a wheeled. Wondering why that was so heavy picking up. You can see on this one we got 3 to assist with up. On this one, this fella broke. Thought I heard something loud last time. Well, they're all 4 set up. We're ready to kill some flies. Big shout out to Prairie Phoenix Cattle Systems. You know, it's American product, American made, and we appreciate them helping us out, taking care of some flies, and hopefully not having so much pink eye this year.
And who don't love rubbing up against a good rope? And cows, they got the scratchy rope, they're gonna like that. It's gonna feel good.
All right, Dad likes the rope. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Hey, don't forget your unicorn.